You've been told for years that your bank account is empty because you occasionally buy a $7 matcha, or maybe you just lack discipline. But the math completely destroys that narrative. The U.S. savings rate has been hovering between a microscopic 3 and 4%. That catastrophic figure isn't a reflection of 100 million people suddenly losing their willpower. It is a direct consequence of an economy engineered to bypass your brain and drain your wallet before your paycheck even registers. Today, we're proving that saving money isn't a personality trait. It's a software problem. And the only way to solve it is to stop acting like a human and start acting like a machine. Operating like a machine is the only way to escape the great American guilt trip. If you are in your 30s or 40s right now, you have been marinating in a toxic narrative that says your financial stress is entirely your fault. You were told that if you just cooked at home more and tried harder, you would have a massive nest egg. But the macroeconomic data completely destroys that personal failing narrative. Almost the entire nation is locked into that exact same 4% savings bracket. If saving money was purely a matter of individual effort, we would see a massive, chaotic spread of savings rates across the country. You are not experiencing a sudden loss of discipline. You are trapped in a completely optimized user interface designed for frictionless spending. Look at what happens when people get sudden financial windfalls like inheritances or lottery wins. Researchers discovered that without strict commitment devices, recipients treat the influx as a license to expand their lifestyle. Within 2 years, the vast majority save absolutely none of it, often ending up in worse shape than before. They have the exact same spending code, just running on bigger numbers. That sounds like behavioral science jargon, but simply put, it means throwing more money at bad software just makes you go broke at a higher altitude. Your inability to save is an architecture problem.
Right now, you are living inside an illusion of choice. Every digital storefront and delivery service is optimized, so spending is the absolute path of least resistance. Saving requires active, manual effort every single time, while spending is utterly invisible. Think about how easy it is to drop $200 today. You tap a targeted ad, double-click the side button on your phone, your face is scanned, and boom, the money is gone in 3 seconds. Now, try to transfer $100 into a new investment account. You log in, verify a text code, locate a 12-digit routing number, and wait 3 business days for funds to clear. The friction is completely lopsided. Water always flows down the path of least resistance. To understand how radically the environment has shifted, look at your grandparents. In the 1970s, spending money required physical effort. You had to drive to the bank, stand in line, speak to a human, and withdraw paper cash. The friction was built into the spending process. Today, the entire digital economy is heavily optimized for the vendor. Your credit card is linked. Your shipping address is saved. The algorithm knows exactly what you are going to buy before you even realize you want it. Look at the 2020 pandemic. When the physical world locked down, the U.S. savings rate skyrocketed past 15%. People did not suddenly read finance books and develop ironclad discipline overnight. The environment simply changed. The moment the economy reopened, the system returned to its default setting of extraction, and the savings rate collapsed back to 4%. The machine is operating exactly as it was coded to. This brings us to the core mechanism of why you were broke. Economists call this choice architecture. That sounds complicated, but simply put, it means that the way a choice is presented completely dictates the decision you will make.
In the 1990s, researchers studied 2 groups of employees offered the exact same 401k plan. Group A was automatically enrolled. To stop saving, they had to fill out a form. Group B was not automatically enrolled. To start saving, they had to opt in. The result? Over 90% of Group A participated, while less than 40% of Group B did. Same humans, same money. The only thing that changed was the default setting. And the default changed everything. When your paycheck lands, the default setting is that those dollars are available for spending. If you want to save, you have to actively fight the default with willpower. And here is the harsh truth about willpower. It is a finite, highly depletable battery. You cannot rely on it when you're stressed from your job and bombarded by hyper-targeted ads. You also suffer from present bias. That sounds like academic speak, but simply put, it means your brain is hardwired to overvalue a dollar today compared to a dollar 10 years from now. The immediate dollar feels real because you can buy takeout tonight. The future dollar feels completely theoretical. This is why you keep telling yourself you will start saving next month. Next month always feels close enough to be responsible, but far enough away to be painless. But when next month arrives, it becomes this month, bringing all the immediate, urgent pressures. Relying on manual saving is a losing battle because humans are fundamentally terrible at delaying gratification. But you know what is absolutely perfect at delaying gratification? A machine. You have to stop trying to be a disciplined human and start automating your financial identity. Build a system where saving is the default and spending requires extra effort. Setting up these mechanics is the only reliable way to achieve concepts like coast fire. That sounds complicated, but simply put, it means you front-load your automated savings so aggressively early on that eventually compound interest takes over.
You reach a mathematical tipping point where you can stop saving money entirely, coast into retirement, and cover your living expenses with a lower-stress job. But you can never hit that milestone if your day-to-day cash flow is leaking through manual decisions. First, paying yourself must function like a ruthless digital toll booth. You must construct a mechanism that extracts your savings the exact millisecond your direct deposit clears. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever scraps remain, the seamless retail ecosystem guarantees your account will hit zero. Redirect the capital before your conscious brain even registers you got paid. Crucially, you must exile those funds to an entirely separate banking institution. When checking and saving sit side by side in the same app, reversing your progress takes 3 screen taps. That frictionless convenience is the enemy. You must weaponize annoyance to protect your wealth. Force your cash into an external vault that mandates an agonizing 3-day waiting period to withdraw. Impulse buys die in the waiting room because you cannot spend what you cannot instantly reach. You also need a hardwired protocol for income bumps to prevent lifestyle creep. Most people squander their financial momentum the moment they get a promotion. Their baseline normal swells with pricier gyms and upgraded streaming tiers. They earn 20% more, but save exactly 0% more. To beat this, implement a half-and-half directive. Every time your paycheck grows, 50% of that fresh cash is immediately diverted to your savings engine, while the other 50% is yours to enjoy. Furthermore, stop treating scheduled life events like unforeseen catastrophes. Every 12 months, you inevitably face vehicle registrations, property taxes, or holiday gifting. Yet when the bill arrives, you treat it like an ambush, raid your savings, and detonate your progress. These aren't emergencies, they are unbudgeted certainties.
Tally up your annual stealth costs, slice that figure into 12 equal pieces, and automate a monthly drip into a separate sinking fund account. When those premiums roll around, the cash is already locked and loaded. Finally, your surplus cannot merely exist as glowing digits on a screen. Human psychology doesn't rally behind a spreadsheet. You must anchor your automated transfers to a fiercely specific outcome. You aren't building a generic emergency fund. You are funding the "I can quit this toxic job without facing eviction" account. You are filling the "one trip to the ER won't erase my 30s" reserve. When you verify your systems, you aren't checking a balance. You are measuring the exact distance between yourself and total independence. To keep this machinery running, you only need to run a diagnostic once a quarter. Monthly audits only breed anxiety. 90-day check-ins reveal the actual trajectory. You are merely confirming the plumbing didn't leak. A single afternoon to build the architecture, and 60 minutes every 3 months to supervise it. That is the incredibly low maintenance fee for financial resilience. Listen to me carefully. You are not bad with money. You do not lack character. You are just exhausted from running manual processes in a world completely automated to extract your wealth. Stop fighting on their terms.
The real reason you cannot save money is because you are treating a software architecture problem like a personal moral failing. Willpower is for diets that fail. Automation is for wealth that lasts. By separating your banks, setting up ruthless digital toll booths, and removing your future self from the decision-making process, you stop playing defense against your own money. Your next step is incredibly simple. Do not try to overhaul your entire financial life today. Just pick one bill or one savings transfer, even if it's just $50, and automate it to an external account before you go to sleep tonight.
Just change that single default setting. Take your human flaws completely out of the equation. Stop trying to win with willpower and start winning by changing the default settings of your life.